A long time ago, there was a remarkable king named Maharaja Bhoj. He was known for his kindness and wisdom, and his entire kingdom adored him. People from all over the world praised his good governance and his love and care for his people and all of humanity. The king had a unique way of staying connected with his kingdom. He often went out in disguise with his minister to check how things were going in his realm. He wanted to make sure his people were not suffering from any problems. One night, while wandering the kingdom in disguise, a stone struck Maharaja Bhoj on the forehead, causing him to bleed. The king and his minister were puzzled, but they soon realized that in front of them stood a large mango tree heavy with delicious mangoes. An elderly woman was trying to knock down the mangoes by throwing stones at the tree to satisfy her hunger. The king's soldiers quickly surrounded the area and took the wounded king back to the palace for treatment. Meanwhile, the minister, angered by the old lady's actions, ordered her arrest and hurried to check on the king's health. News of this incident spread like wildfire because the people loved their kind-hearted king. They were furious with the old lady and demanded punishment for her. The next day, the courtroom was packed with ministers and citizens of Maharaja Bhoj's kingdom, all of them angry and eager to see the old lady punished severely. As she was brought before the king and the angry assembly, the crowd shouted for her execution. The poor woman was terrified by their anger. The minister, who had been with the king the previous night, recommended the harshest punishment for her, and everyone agreed by shouting their approval. But then Maharaja Bhoj, with great humility and calmness, asked the old lady, "Dear mother, could you please explain why you threw the stone at me?" Tears welled up in her eyes, and she begged for mercy. She explained that her son had driven her out of their home, leaving her with no one to care for her. Lost and hungry, she had come to the kingdom in search of her old home. She had resorted to throwing stones at the mango tree to feed herself. She even thanked the king for the food they had provided during her brief imprisonment. Touched by her plight and her gratitude, Maharaja Bhoj ordered her release and offered her valuable gifts. He told his people, "Dear citizens and ministers, I am deeply moved by your love and concern for me. But let us all learn a crucial lesson from this. Just as the tree gave her mangoes despite being hit, we, as humans, need to understand the situations of others. We should never abandon our parents, who have dedicated their lives to raising us. We must act with humility and love." The assembly agreed with the king and offered their apologies to the old lady. Some even offered her a place to stay. The king instructed his minister to build shelters for the elderly and needy throughout the kingdom, and the assembly concluded with a message of unity and compassion. While it's uncertain whether this story is true, one thing is clear: changing our perspective can lead to new solutions and help us become better human beings. If you find this story touching, please share it and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales from our own heritage. Thank you for watching.